Ready for a referendum? How about 9?
Not every newcomer is a net contributor to the provincial revenues that fund those services.
Alberta's premier wants to hear from Albertans on immigration and more. Here we go again. The city announces another round of water restrictions. And Canada's best tipping off in Calgary.
Canada's a basketball country, and I think that gets lost a little bit.
The U of C hosts the Final 8 of men's university basketball.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. The Premier says Albertans will be voting on at least 9 referendum questions in October. And CTV News has learned it will cost as much as a provincial election, which is around $36 million. Some questions focus on whether the province should take more control of immigration, charge non-permanent residents to access health care and education, and restrict access to social programs. Other questions seek to change the Canadian Constitution, including allowing provinces to select judges and to opt out of federal programs without losing funding. It all comes just a week before the provincial budget, with the Premier arguing that rapid population growth is putting serious pressure on public services.
The growth we've experienced is far beyond what our healthcare and education systems and our other social programs can sustain. Every new arrival, particularly if they bring their family, draws on Alberta's public services. Not every newcomer is a net contributor to the provincial revenues that fund those services. And that's the crux of the challenge facing us.
Mark Villani joins us from McDougall Centre. And Mark, we've seen plenty of reaction to the Premier's remarks over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we certainly have, Ian. Some supporters of this referendum say it gives Albertans a chance to have their say and whether or not Alberta deserves to have more political influence. But other analysts say that this is really just a crackdown on immigrants that's fueling division. The opposition NDP also speaking out today. They're accusing Premier Smith of blaming immigration and causing poor planning as a result of a multi-billion-dollar deficit that we're expecting. Now, several other groups have also objected. The Alberta Coalition of Defence Council, which represents 400 lawyers in the province, says it's an attack on the rule of law. The Alberta Federation of Labour says the referendum is not democracy, it's manipulation. And Public Interest Alberta is pointing to this as a form of, quote, passing the buck. Danielle Smith is refuting all of this, though she wasn't able to tell us exactly how much temporary residents are costing taxpayers. She says Albertans are frustrated that they're losing out on full-time jobs and vital access to health care or education. Some critics call this a cop-out, saying the Premier is seeking a scapegoat before it tables this deficit.
She just promised not to make cuts to the public sector and to run a large deficit and to give a tax cut in exchange. So somebody has to be blamed. And it can't be low oil prices, and it can't be the provincial government. She's creating a demonization, and that demonization is immigration.
Now, as for the referendum, legal experts say that it's not legally binding. More so, it would be a political signal to negotiate with other provinces and to get the federal government on their side. Now, major constitutional changes like abolishing the Senate would also still require consent from all provinces and the federal government, making them highly unlikely. Ian.
Mark, thanks very much. The potential spending on a referendum comes as the Premier warns Albertans that next week's provincial budget is going to be a tough one. Alicia Fieldberg joins us. And Alicia, some say that calling for a referendum is just a distraction.
Ian, many Albertans are saying that this is just a distraction from a deficit budget, which is why it comes with mixed messaging from the province on immigration. Now, Alberta's population spiked between 2021 and 2024 with about 400,000 people moving from other provinces and other countries. Premiers Jason Kenney and Danielle Smith invited people to come, with Alberta is calling campaigns between 2022 and 2024, advertising opportunities and offering $5,000 for newcomers moving to the province. Now, in a 2024 podcast, Premier Smith said she wanted to double Alberta's population to 10 million by 2030, saying more people are needed for the province to be taken seriously. A Calgary immigration lawyer says it was mismanagement to invite people but not prepare the infrastructure.
It's mixed messaging. You've got this premier and the premier before her giving ads that Alberta is calling to Ontario, and so you've rang the dinner bell, and now all of a sudden you're concerned that people have shown up at the dining table.
Now, the federal government says that it strongly believes Albertans and Canadians are best served when we work together. And as we face global uncertainty, are focusing on a stronger economy. Ian? Thanks,
Alicia. The city is warning Calgarians to prepare for a month of water restrictions to return in just over 2 weeks. It's to accommodate repairs to the aged Bears Paw feeder main while the new pipe is being built. The problematic pipe had 2 catastrophic breaks in June of 2024 and last December. The upcoming work will target 9 segments that have seriously deteriorated. Starting March 9th, reinforcement work will take place along 16th Avenue Northwest near Sarcee Trail and is expected to last 4 weeks. The city is also looking at 3 more areas at Point McKay Park. Restrictions will return in that time, but the mayor stresses Calgarians should be prepared to reduce water at any time.
Tomorrow, it could break next week, it could break next month. We cannot do anything to guarantee that this pipe will be back permanently into service. So that's why we're moving faster than anything we've ever done before to build a replacement pipe. This is typically a project that would be completed in 4 years. We've set an ambitious goal, a mission as a community and as the City of Calgary to deliver this pipe in 1 calendar year.
Starting March 9th, outdoor water use is not allowed. Residents are also asked to save 25 to 30 liters of water a day. Canada will be playing for gold in men's hockey at the Olympics. That was the reaction at Trolley 5 when Nathan McKinnon scored the winning goal with just 35 seconds left in the game. The Bar says 700 people have already reserved a seat for the gold medal game. Canada will be facing off against the U.S. Puck drop is 6 a.m. on Sunday. And Canada picking up 2 bronze medals today. Calgarian Brendan McKay won his in the men's freestyle skiing halfpipe. The other bronze went to Valerie Malte in the women's 1,500-meter speed skating event. Canada now has 17 medals at the Olympic Games. So we're going into the final weekend of the Olympics on a high note. Lots of excitement going on, and the weather's warming up too.
It is, yes. There's a high note as well. It's a gradual increase, so I want to make sure you're prepared for still chilly weather tonight, tomorrow morning. Wind chill's still an issue, but you will notice a huge difference by Sunday and an even bigger difference next week when we get above the freezing mark. Temperature -12, feeling more like -18. It was a little more reasonable today. The sun was out, the winds were calm for the most part. Calmer, and it was still cold though. And tomorrow morning we're still looking at a wind chill of -27 to kick off the day. So you'll still need the parka and all that kind of stuff. However, by the afternoon, a wind chill closer to -18, -19. And then in the longer range forecast, it's a huge difference and we're going to get back to warmer temperatures. I'll show you that longer range forecast in just a moment. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family owned, community driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Midnight tonight is the bonus prize deadline in the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery. You could win the BMW and Switzerland bonus prize or take $120,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tonight at foothillshospitalhomelottery.com.
Thanks, Danielle. Fortress Mountain is looking to make a comeback, and some want it to be an all-season resort. Still to come, a look at an open house on a major development proposal. And a highway to a popular weekend destination reopens after a rock slide. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. Fortress Mountain is looking for feedback on its proposal to expand and become a year-round resort. The organization held an open house today at Mount Royal University. It's looking to expand operations with skiing in the winter and hiking and biking in the summer. Fortress is looking at a 15-year plan to build things like on-hill accommodations and a village with shops and restaurants employing close to 600 people. The first phase is expected to cost between $50 and $100 million.
Right now, the way you see the plans, Well, they can all change. So, you know, we're looking to have the advisors in and tell us that this area is more important than this area. I, as a layperson, don't really know that. So we're looking for the experts that tell us where that is, so we don't, right from the get-go, we don't plan on doing the wrong thing and then have to move it.
Environmental groups have raised concerns about the proposal, saying they're not sure how Kananaskis country can sustain such an enormous increase in commercial activity. We've posted a link to an online survey about the plan on our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. Highway 93 near Radium has now reopened. A rock slide on Wednesday cut off access to Radium from Highway 93 south. Following slope stabilization work, Parks Canada says it's now safe to drive through the area. Radium Hot Springs has also reopened. And Danielle, you were clear earlier, it's a gradual warming trend, but by next week it'll be quite a bit different.
Yeah, no tank tops and flip-flops tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe next week, if that's your thing. There were a lot of shorts in January and February.
That's true, yeah.
Don't do that. Well, I mean, do what you want, but it's not the weather for it in the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll get there. Okay, it's been a nice day, a calm day, a bright day, but still on the cooler side, absolutely. Well below normal. Normal daytime high for this time of year is +1. At this point, we're sitting at -13, feeling more like -19 in the city. So still a wind chill, still a bite. -25 is the wind chill in Pincher Creek, around that in Lethbridge as well. Medicine Hat closer to -19 in Drumheller as well. Upper air analysis, the jet stream, which has actually been all the way down in Southern California, Texas. It's been cold and that cold, rainy weather there. This jet stream is going to be bumping back up, and that's going to help some warmer air roll in. It's also going to help that push of air from the west. So we're going to warm up. Absolutely. That real warm up, though, is next week. So it's a gradual climb this weekend. Radar and satellite, not a whole lot to talk about with regards to any sort of active weather. There's a few flurries along the Saskatchewan border near the Medicine Hat area. We're just looking at cloud cover mainly for the weekend. So for tomorrow, we'll get a bit of a Chinook arch build in, as you can see here. We'll also see some sunshine in the city, but mainly cloudy by the time we head into Sunday. Small chance of an isolated flurry. Most likely, though, you're just running into the cloud cover, and it will start to get warmer on Sunday. So your longer range forecast, -11. That will still feel well into the -teens in the afternoon. And in the morning, again, to kick off the day, -27 with the wind chill. An improvement, as you can see, for Sunday, getting up to -9. And that small chance of flurries, definitely the cloud cover. Monday, that's a huge change, getting closer to normal at -1. At the freezing mark by Tuesday, a little system will roll through Tuesday. It doesn't look significant at this point, just about a centimeter, trace to a centimeter of snow. And then by Wednesday, +5. I'm going to show you the 10-day trend here. If you like the warmer temperatures, you're certainly going to see that next week, especially Wednesday and Thursday. That will be the warmest, and then we start to cool down. But when we cool down next week for Friday and Saturday, it won't be the cool down that we had just recently and what we have right now. As you can see, just by Friday and Saturday, -5, -4, so a little more reasonable. Midnight tonight is the bonus prize deadline in the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery. You could win the BMW and Switzerland bonus prize or take $120,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tonight at foothillshospitalhomelottery.com.
Thank you, Danielle. A former Conservative MP and cabinet minister has passed away at the age of 90. Bobbie Sparrow was elected as the MP for Calgary South in 1984. She was appointed Energy and Forestry Minister in 1993. Sparrow was defeated later that year when Reform Party leader Preston Manning was elected to Parliament. Sparrow's family says she passed away peacefully yesterday. She's survived by 3 children, 9 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Some of the best basketball players in the world are Canadian. And next month, the University of Calgary will celebrate Canadian basketball talent. Still to come, a preview of the Final 8 tournament. The U.S. Supreme Court rules against Donald Trump's tariffs. Joining me is Dave Popowich, Portfolio Manager with the Popowich-Karmali Advisory Group. And Dave, the U.S. Supreme Court justices ruled 6-3 against tariffs. But is that really the end of it?
Well, I think that's a good question. You can see no jacket today and shirt sleeves all rolled up. It was one of those days today. The answer to your question is no. We're not even close to the end of talking about tariffs. President Trump is already looking for different ways. And in fact, the administration has said in the event that the Supreme Court does rule against their tariffs, they will use different legislation, different mechanism to try to rebuild something that looks a lot like what they have right now. However, it does introduce a whole bunch of uncertainty, doesn't it? We don't know what it's going to look like again. We don't know what it means for returning those tariffs to the businesses and or consumers, that paid those tariffs. And we don't know what it means with respect to any trade agreements that have been made between countries and the United States. So there's a whole bunch of uncertainty, unfortunately, that this is going to bring back into the system, but I don't think it's the end of the tariff talk.
Lots of confusion indeed. Meantime, economic data from Canada and the U.S. tell a mixed story.
Yeah, it does. And I won't give you all the gory details, but on the Canadian side, we saw some retail sales data that shows that the Canadian consumer, still pretty resilient, all things considered, with the uncertainty. But on the U.S. side, we did see some data showing a slowing fourth quarter economic GDP growth, much below what was expected, and we saw a little higher than expected inflation. So given the uncertainty we just talked about with the tariffs, and we've got some uncertainty around growth and inflation now, it's going to make for a difficult set of assumptions and path forward for the U.S. Fed.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Have a great weekend.
Bye, and you too.
The Canada Revenue Agency says taxpayers should have an easier time filing their taxes this year. The agency revamped its operations because of a government-ordered service improvement plan. It focused mostly on addressing call center delays. The CRA says it has streamlined its websites and hired more call center workers. The 2025 tax filing season begins on Monday with an April 30th deadline for most taxpayers. The Premier says Albertans will vote in a referendum in October. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The referendum will include at least 9 questions, and it could cost as much as a provincial election. The $36 million price tag comes as Alberta is dealing with a significant deficit. We'll have more reaction to the Premier's rationale for the referendum. Plus, a new immigrant to Calgary shares their thoughts on the 5 immigration questions that will be on the ballot in October. Join us at 6. Ian.
Thanks, Tara. The top teams in Canadian men's university basketball compete here next month as the University of Calgary hosts the Final 8. It's the first time the national championship has been held here since 1980. Ben Matchett is the athletics director at the University of Calgary. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, a lot of people are familiar with March Madness, that huge tournament in the United States. Why is it important for us to celebrate just as much Canadian university basketball?
Well, I think, first of all, Canadian basketball is having a moment, right? We've seen with the incredible growth of the game. We've got NBA champions and NBA MVPs coming from Canada, the success of the national team on the world stage. Canada's a basketball country, and I think that gets lost a little bit. We have this behemoth to the south and that massive tournament you mentioned. We got some incredible players here too, and it's going to be a great time, and we're excited to have this event in Calgary.
Only a few months ago, the University of Calgary hosted training camp for the Toronto Raptors. You got some incredible crowds out there. It really does show that, as you say, Canada is basketball now.
100%. And Calgary is a basketball town within a basketball country, too. The growth of participation in the sport, the demographics that basketball brings in really shows the importance of the sport in the city. And we saw with the Raptors when they were here for their training camp, the stampede when we opened the doors to get down courtside was something I've never experienced before, and it was pretty cool.
Now, the Dinos will be part of this championship final weekend, at least, because they are the hosts. They haven't necessarily qualified for it. Who will the other teams be then?
So it's an 8-team tournament, single elimination, starting with 4 quarterfinals on the Friday. The Dinos will play at 6 p.m. on Friday night against a team to be determined still. We've got 2 more teams coming from Western Canada, 2 from Ontario, 1 from Quebec, and 1 for the Atlantic, and then there's a national wild card. So it's definitely coast-to-coast representation, and we're going to start to see teams qualifying here over the next week to 10 days.
To see my extended interview with Ben Matchett, visit ctvnewscalgary.ca. We are looking at a wind chill again tomorrow morning, but beyond that, it's really starting to warm up. It's already warmer today in Calgary at -13. Danielle has details just ahead. Lots going on this weekend, and the weather is warming up really just in time for it.
It's a good outdoor weekend, a somewhat wintry outdoor weekend. We've had the frigid weather. We're almost done with that. We've had wind chills in the around -37, so we got close to that warning range. But tomorrow you're looking at a wind chill of -27. So it's still cold, but it's more reasonable. -13 is the current temperature. Today's high was -11. That's just the ambient temperature, not including wind chill. Again, wind chill for tomorrow morning, -27. And then even in the afternoon, failing well into the -teens with that wind chill. -9 on Sunday, so an improvement. More cloud cover expected on Sunday. But Monday, -1. That's closer to normal. And we'll get above freezing after that. So not bad. Ian?
Thank you, Danielle. The snow this year in the mountain parks has been above average in many regions, and that's great news for dog sledders. Mad Dogs and Englishman Expeditions are in their second year of hosting tours at Fortress Mountain. They've spent 30 years in the Spray Lakes Valley, and now they can offer clients a different view of Kananaskis country at the former ski resort. It is cold out, but that's just the way the dogs like it, and they run on groomed trails here. Dawn Donald says the season usually starts in December and runs through the end of April.
This year we were able to start running November 22nd, which was, so we were able to get on earlier, do some training, get tours out on that's a full month earlier. And they keep the snow here generally, so depending on how hot it is and how it melts, but we might be able to run dog sled tours right into May.
Mad Dogs and Englishmen is a family-run company that takes people out from all over the world to experience a ride in a sled pulled by a dog team. But it also hosts movie producers to scout for locations. Fortress has been featured in many major Hollywood productions, along with some of the dogs that are out on the trail today. And what a spectacular way to see the beautiful Rocky Mountains. What an interesting perspective. Thank you for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.